if you're in that phase of your life in which you feel like you're not really using your potential. When we were kids, we thought that when we'll be adults, we'll be doing this and that with a freedom, we would be earning our own money, we wouldn't need permission, so hence life will be even more colorful and grand. But then you find yourself being 30, 40, whatever age, doing a job or a business that you don't really enjoy. There's no color, there's no excitement, you don't look forward to anything new. And moreover, if you even imagine doing something new, it overwhelms you. You're like, how will I be able to change something in my life? I don't even know where to begin, right? And you might have inspirations in your life that I know this girl from my school, she was so bad at academics and now she's doing so well. Or I know this person who came from a very humble background, now has this $1 million business. But then I don't see myself living that life at all. If that's the case, let me tell you a story. Few years back, I went to this terrace party thrown by a friend who was so social that he had different categories of people. Like his friends group was that big. And I met different kinds of people, somebody from Spain, somebody from Italy. And I met these two people who were in finance. And they were working in Big Four companies. And I couldn't have guessed that right in the beginning because somehow we just started talking about passions. And because I was hosting my own talk show, they were like, oh, this is so cool. You know what? I love playing guitar. And the girl said, I love writing. And I was like, that's so cool. What do you guys do? We're in finance and it sucks. We hate it. And I was like, awesome. So how do you plan to bridge the gap? We don't think we can do that right now. It will take years. No. And I could see all the light from their eyes dim down the moment they started talking about this is what we do right now, and it has to continue for whatever reason in the foreseeable future. They have killed their spirit already with their own hands. They know it, and they don't think they can do anything about it. And even if they can, it's not at all in their horizon. If you feel the same way, let me tell you, this is exactly how each person feels when they have just decided or they've just gotten awakened to the fact that there is more to life and they can choose more in their own life. So people have this misconception that the moment you have that clarity about the purpose of your life, something just opens up and you know your step 1, 2, 3, 4. That is not how life presents itself. It's you taking that first step no matter what it is. It doesn't even need to be connected to your work or your awakening or your purpose or even your interests. It needs to be step 1, whatever the fuck it is. It just needs to be a little outside of your routine, and then you will have more information about your thoughts, emotions, and the results and the process that you took to take that step 1. And then you will use that information and take another step. What would that step be? We don't know. You don't know right now. You will know only when you've taken step 1, whatever that is, and then step 2, step 3, step 4, whatever they are. The thing is, you are over focusing on what are the right steps. There are none. It's just different paths you are picking up based on your subconscious. What does that mean? It means that when you are telling yourself, no, this is too much for my current state, correct. You will stay where you are for forever till the time you pick a different path. Now that path could be, I'm gonna take more charge of my life. I don't know what that looks like. I have no idea how to even do that. And yet, I'm gonna be curious and look for an answer. Hence, I'm gonna ask more questions. Is it gonna produce different results? Hell yes. What would those results be? You don't know. You only know when you're on that path, which leads you to different paths, right? Because you will be in the momentum. So stop sitting on your ass, pick that beautiful ass up and start moving. So I'm going to share really easy mindset shifts, action shifts and behavior shifts that you can take right now, starting from today, not later. That will change the course of your life, course of action. What is it? Course of your life. Course of your life. Is that right? Path of your life. Okay, cool. it will change the path of your life. The question is that can you really merge your paychecks and your passion project? And the simple answer to that is yes and no. So I'll explain how. This versus mentality, this or that, is literally taught by these institutions that was so structured that they could not imagine a possibility in which both and even more could be part of it, especially schools. Breaking news, it does not have to be either passion project or money, security, stability. What if you ask yourself, how can I have both and more in my life? That totally changes the flow of your question. Now you're not fighting between this or that. You are instead thinking of an abundant possibility, abundant reality. If you're new to thinking of your life that way, then first of all, congratulations. Second, that protective mechanism in your mind will try its best to keep you where you are in the versus mentality. Either you can have freedom or you can have money. Either you can have joy or you can have love in relationship. Fuck that. Have it all. The thing is, you have limitedness in your reality because your subconscious is quite literally trained that way. So start training it differently. Second, I'll take you up a little bit more. If you're thinking in terms of can I have passion projects and paychecks at the same time, that means that you are compromising on your overall happiness. How can I say that? Imagine somebody in your life who is just so in love with themselves, they respect themselves, they do the best in their interest. Would they ever think that can I have like paycheck and my passion together? They would find any way possible to make that happen. They would not compromise on either of them. So if you're thinking, if I can have this, one of these, can I merge these? That just means that you are compromising on your values, compromising on the quality of life. If you walk outside your home, fuck that. Even if you look at your friend circle, family members, extended family, you will be able to spot at least 10 of those people who like, you know what, I had this dream 10 years back. I couldn't really do anything about it because of these reasons. And that's why I have to be in this job or in this business or unemployed. And I'm not too happy about it, but I can't do anything about it. The thing is, they don't care about themselves enough. Start caring about yourself more. Start giving a shit about your happiness instead. In fact, make your happiness and expression of happiness number one in your life. Even if you're married, you have kids, you have grandkids, you have 5 businesses, 2 jobs, no matter what it is, make this the goal of your life to be highly motivated by your own happiness. That's when you will really commit to the core of you, right? Okay, I'm gonna shake you one more time. Over the years, because you were told that something outside of you is more important, such as getting your grades, getting college, getting into a good company, getting this package, that you forgot that you have free will. I'm not saying that none of these things were important. They have their own impact. But the problem here is that they were kept above you. So in the process, you learned that you are secondary in your life and such external factors are more important than you. And what does that do? It makes you a slave to these external factors. And you forget that I have free will right now to learn any skill, to go pitch anything to anyone. Put a video, put a post out there on social media saying that, hey guys, this is a hobby that I've had since 20 years. I'm going to be teaching lessons to blah, blah, blah. You forgot that right now you have endless possibilities right now, in this moment, not later, not when you have a different mindset. Fuck that. Right now, you have so much free will loaded in your life, you're not even using it. Why? Because your mind is so conditioned by what your parents taught you, your teachers taught you, the institutions taught you. Now, I'm not saying say fuck you to all of them. Now, that is where we again get into polarity, this and that sort of reality, right? Have all of that. In fact, I would say all of those external factors can be an asset to you, right? If you have just graduated from an amazing college, right, or you worked in an amazing company, use that in your favor. Don't be used by your external factors. Okay, now that I've shaken you enough, I'm going to give you 3 very easy actions to take to get into the motion and actually have your paycheck come from your passion projects, because you deserve it. And this world has enough sources to provide you that, man. Like, why wouldn't you use it? Number 1, it may not seem very exciting to you, but induce passion in your current life. Now, if you already have too much resistance, like, I hate my boss, I hate my job, if you have too much resistance, then this step will seem the most unexciting and you would want to jump to the second one. You cannot really create a massive and deep change in your life that is also sustainable if you don't really start from your current life, make love with your current life, and then use that beautiful energy to create more, right? If you don't do that, what will happen is you will somehow try to jump to a different reality. You will most probably come back to this normal reality because that is where your benchmark is set. We want your benchmark to raise. Where do you start from? Your current life. So start adding passion in your life. If you hate your job, let's say, that's fine. Leave your job. Your job could be 10 hours a day. What about the rest 14, right? So I'll give you an example. You have, let's say, just only 30 minutes after your office that you can spare for anything. Add creativity, add colors, add your passion to it. You might be reconnecting with your joy of making music, singing, painting, right? Even coaching. Do that. Induce passion in your day. You might love cooking. So when you're cooking for yourself, be super aware, be there, and be thankful that I get to cook for myself. Maybe try new recipe, maybe try new methods, maybe buy new ingredients to add more joy to it. So it might be something that you were already doing, but now you're doing it with a completely different sense. Put on music while you're dancing, do your moves, right? What you're telling your subconscious is, we're not living the life the same way. We're making changes. Number 2, it's again related to your current life. Give meaning to what's not working. Now, again, to avoid getting into resistance mode and trying to change your life by latching onto something that seems exciting, that will not work for you. Eventually, it is not sustainable. What you're going to do is, and especially if you're in a state where you can't just leave everything and vanish and then start a new life, you're going to give meanings, exciting meanings to what is already happening in your life. So if you're doing a job, for example, what you will tell yourself is, this is just an example. You're going to find your own exciting meanings. One example is, I'm doing my job and I'm so excited to see how this experience, knowledge, and the network that I have through this job is gonna really empower my business that I'll be starting. So I'll give you an example, my real life example. It feels like another lifetime altogether. I've changed so much, I've evolved so much as a person. But when I was working with the Big Four, it is a mandatory part of becoming a CA, right? Within 3 months, I just knew that I would not want to do a job, number 1, and I don't want to do the audit tax work. At the same time, I had no resistance towards that work because I knew I had to spend at least 5 more years becoming a CA. Now, if I had started resisting the process, oh my God, my life would have been horrible, right? Well, it was horrible because I was going through depression, but it was nothing connected to CA. The meaning that I gave to those 5-6 years of process that I had to go through was, I'm just so excited that I'm going to be using all this knowledge and experience in the businesses that I will start. Is that true? 100%. But is that a universal truth? No, a lot of people skip that. A lot of people pick a negative point of view and live by that, right? So going back to what we just discussed, you have free will to pick any meaning, any point of view, and usually you would want to pick one that empowers you, right? But the wounded self, the ego mind, the protective mechanism goes towards the negative point of view just so that you stay where you are. But no, we are changing our lives. Before I get to the third point, you might be thinking that, Yuvika, it is so easy for you to say, like, you're single, you're not married, you don't have kids. Well, yes, that is so true. At the same time, I had my own struggles, like really, really, really intense struggles. But it's not about that. If you feel that you have a lot of responsibilities, hence you don't have enough space to experiment. Then either you can keep selling the same story to yourself till the time you turn 70, and that's why one of the biggest regrets people have on their deathbeds is that they were not true to themselves. How would you be true to yourself when you've sold the same story to yourself the entire life, somewhere in back of the mind expecting that somehow life will change, somehow circumstances will change? No, all life requires for it to change is for you to make choices one after the other. You don't have to make drastic choices. That's so overrated. That's hustle culture, super highly masculine energy. What you got to do is, if you feel like I have too much on my plate, I have too much responsibility, then you got to start by setting an intention. But you figure that's so easy. Yes, it is, and it's very impactful. Start by reminding yourself, what are you intending now in your life? Write it down. Write it down every day. It's so powerful when you write with your own hand. Your subconscious is literally getting rewired as you write that now my intention for my life is everything I do is coming from my heart. It is making a lot of money, and I see people getting so much impact from it. I want you to do that. I want you to intend every day. And I want you to ask questions which is around that intention, right? What skills do I have that I can offer to other people? Who do I know who has gone through the same process that I can speak to and get some inspiration, get some insights? And any hurdle that comes up, right? Maybe you started working on this project and one day you got so exhausted because everything in your life fell apart. Acknowledge the hurdle as it is, for what it is, right? Don't get consumed by the hurdle reality, and don't go back to the old reality by telling yourself, no, this is not the time. I gave it a shot. This is too much for me. Ask different questions, that what can I change right now in my life to make this easier, right? And what if it was just one bad day? Because you will have many bad days. Bad days are nothing, but they're there for you to get to the next level by gaining some learning and embodying that learning. So if you're aware of that, you'll be able to take the learning from there, or if not, something else will show up in your journey. Everything is there to teach you something, right? So my third step for you is actually do something. Now, it may trigger your protective mechanism a little. It may trigger your ego a little. Now, we understand ego very differently. What ego is, it is trying to save your self-image in front of the world because it does not want you to fail. If you fail, meh, you're bad. And of course, this is something that we have learned through our childhood growing up, right? What you will do in this step is you will actually do something. And do you hear how vague that is? It is on purpose. For me to look like an awesome coach, what I can do is I can give you a sheet of 10 steps to do. Who the fuck am I to tell you what to do? Your intuition, your inner guidance knows what's the best for you. Hence, me personally, I run away whenever I hear somebody say, this is what you should do to be successful. How do you know what I need to be successful, right? So, moreover, in the beginning, it's not even that important what step you're taking. What's important is that you are taking a step. You're not even gonna be looking at what results you're producing, because again, that creates this, the ego gets triggered, and ego is measuring. Oh, you put that story out saying that I'm gonna be doing sessions for people. Nobody signed up. See, you're a loser. You can't do this right now. Do this later when you'll be more prepared, right? What you will do is you will shut your eyes to measuring or watching the results if you really want to keep going ahead and not stop in the beginning itself, because a lot of people stop right in the beginning. I have stopped so many times right in the beginning, and this learning is coming from there and from a lot of other creators. We all go through the same process, right? So when I say do something, do anything. And I know it sounds so crazy, but do anything. The magic is in doing anything, picking yourself up in your current state and doing anything. It could look like as small as joining a class to learn flute because you used to play flute and you forgot and now you're playing again. So you're telling yourself, your mind and your body, that now we're changing slowly, and start enjoying that. Put a story out there that, hey guys, I'm thinking of making a group to take accountability of our health. That's what I did recently, and I saw amazing results, right? Will it work? We don't know. We're not even promising to ourselves anything. Why? Because our eyes are closed to the results, right? We're in getting in the motion, we're getting into momentum, which is way more powerful than having a checklist right in the beginning and measuring your results right in the beginning. If you start measuring your results right in the beginning, you're going to fail. As simple as that. Why? Because you have not even given yourself enough space and time to flow in the process, to create enough to tell yourself that this is your new state of being, which is you're creating stuff, right? Creating stuff out of your routine, out of your regular life. So yes, your passion project can make you a lot of money. What you got to do is you got to show up for that again and again and again, and especially when it feels stupid or unnecessary or you feel unprepared, because that is what you will feel today or if you do this 10 years later. So don't waste those 10 years and actually do it. And if you want that hand holding, that little push in the back and some tools to really practice this, you can join a free community where we do free sessions almost weekly. We're resuming with them. We have few sessions coming up, absolutely free of cost. We go deep in our process. People get a lot of clarity and so much momentum, so much inspiration, and they create a lot of stuff. Like somebody just messaged me that she created 5 lakh rupees from that one session, and I had to ask her, hey, which one was it? That's what you can create as well. So you can join our free community. The link is in the description. And secondly, we're coming up with a power group program. We will only have 4 people. We're going to fully reprogram their subconscious, and as a result they're going to be creating a massive shift in their life, fully changing what their life looks like, feels like, including money, relationships, joy, travel, I love travel, and a lot more. So this is Yuvika, your mindset shifting coach. Mwah.